All right, let's get to it. So these are the brow products that I use on myself, and options as well for you to look at. Cool? All right, so I have eyebrow pencils. This is my first go-to when I'm filling my brows. The reason is you could really mimic the shape of your hairs in your brow and therefore making it look more natural. All of the brow pencils that I do purchase have a comb. For me, this is essential. Do not buy a brow pencil without a comb because you're always going to want to comb through your brows after you fill them in. There are many different types of brow pencils. This one has a very fine tip. This one is by Lancome. It is a reformulation of their brow defined pencil. The color of this one is medium brown. This is my favorite. It matches my brow color perfectly, and for me that's really, really important. It's a nice ashy brown. Another option, I'm just showing you this one for option. Benefit has so many options for brow pencils and many different colors as well. This is a thicker brow pencil. So if you're not like super confident with filling your brows, you kind of get it, but you're not really sure what to do, this kind of tip will guide you to fill them in the right direction, okay? Options. Options are always good. So here's that. Second thing I use, and this gives more volume to your brows, it's Benefits Give Me Brow. So it's like a little mascara for your eyebrows. If you have any discoloration in your brows that you want to fill, this is a great product as well. Just to fill in these little gaps here, if you want it to look a little bit more solid, this is an awesome product. There's the tip. It's really, really great. This is a number 3. Which is like a medium spectrum in their brow gels. They have a very great range of colors. Another thing I use from time to time if I want a little bit more of a powerful brow, and I say powerful because I'd be mixing this along with my pencil. If I want an even more natural brow, I would just use this on its own. And this is by Sephora. It is their brow powder, and it comes with a little comb and tweezer and everything in one. It's a really, really great product. Like I said, if I want my brow to be more natural, I could just use this on its own. If I want a more dominant brow, which sometimes I do depending on like what I'm up to and what I feel like, then I would use the pencil and I would use this on top of the pencil. It adds a little bit more dimension to your brows. Can't really go wrong, so it's like, why not just go for it? You know what I mean? So lastly, what I do use, and the logo wore off of this, this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, also have amazing brow products, and this is the clear brow gel. All right, let's get to the brow demo. So I'm gonna get my Lancome pencil here, fine tip that I told you I love. I'm gonna use my little makeup show mirror that I got when I was there in New York. And when I fill my brows, I always start with the outside of my brows here. The reason I start here is because if it's a little bit heavier, I'm okay with that. This is the part that actually frames your eye. So I always fill it in and then I go through and give it a comb. And as you can see, when I'm filling, I'm using really tiny, tiny strokes because your eyebrow hairs are not very long. Okay, so there we go. I need a bit of a fill here too. There we go, and a little bit down here as well. So all I'm doing is I'm looking for any gaps that I have in my hair. A lot of artists, and this is also a great tip, is if you brush your brows down to start, it'll really show you where you need to give a bit of loving. So, you know, using that technique is also very helpful. And a little gap there. And again, no super long strokes because I want it to be as natural as possible. So that's what I would do thus far with my pencil on the one eye. I am now going to go in with my mascara. Now when I use the brow mascara, I always, because I don't want too much product going out, so I'll always wipe it like this before I attack the brow. And when I go in, I'm just going to very lightly comb through. So I want to deposit some color on my skin to fill those gaps, but I don't need it to be crazy time. Oh, a little too high. How's that? Do you notice a difference? I think I do. Okay? And then what I'd go in after one more time is just with my pencil. I just had that little gap there. There we go. Then, as I told you, I always go in with a little clear mascara to keep these brows in place. And I'm a happy camper. There's a full brow and a not full brow. What do you guys think? Was that helpful? I hope so. Anyways, I'm going to go fill my other brow now so that I don't look like this, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so there you have it. We did one brow with the brow pencil, and I think on this side I'm going to use a bit of my brow powder just so to give you a bit of a comparison so you could see what both look like, and then you could choose which one you prefer. But first, some guidelines on how to shape a good brow. So where does your brow end? Where is it supposed to end? I get that question a lot. So a good guideline would be from the tip of your nose to the end of your eye, and that is where your eyebrow should end. So mine gets a little lighter at that point. It still kind of hits the mark, but it could be a tad longer on this side. And if we go on this side, it's right. Oh, it's good. Yeah. It's good, it's long enough. And then we ask, where is the high point of our eyebrow? So if you go to the end of your pupil, the very end there, if you're looking straight up, that should be the high mark of your brow. And on this side, same thing. End of the pupil, high mark of your brow. So there are ways to accentuate these things if we don't quite have, if we have a rounder brow and we want to make it a bit more angled. You could use your angle brush, and this is where a shadow would come in handy, and you could make it a bit more sharp by leading up and then giving it a sharper angle down, if that is something that is desired. I made my brow a little bit square, but you get what I mean, right? You could like angle it up and angle it down if you have a little bit more of a rounder brow. And if you don't have hairs at the bottom, yes, you can create a line, okay? But if you create the line, then you're going to want to brush it through because you don't want it to be a line when you fill your eyebrows. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so let's get to this eye. Sorry, this brow. We're going to fill it again, filling it at the end first. We're going to make it a little bit longer because it is a little bit short. Fill, 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 short strokes. So as you can see here, I'm going up, and then here I'm going down. Filling the bottom, filling throughout. As you can see, I have a little gap here. And then this part of my brow is always a bit sparse. Then we brush it through. And I'm sure you can see the difference. I'm gonna just strengthen here a little bit. There you go. So can you see the difference? I can see the difference. I could see this one, you could still see a bit of skin. It still makes it a little bit more natural. This one is a bit more solid, still natural, but a bit more solid. So my preference is the pencil opposed to the powder. However, you can mix and put the powder at the end if you want a bit more of a poppy brow for people to like be like, damn, look at those brows. And yeah, so this is my take. These are things I do on myself and on other people, talent, clients, etc. when I work with them and do their makeup. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a little DM. And if not, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.